Hi friends, it's Holly. It is day 3 of my video logging experience extravaganza. Again, I don't have anything super planned that I intention to talk about. And so, just reflecting on my day, I feel like there's kind of 2 things that come up. One is forgiveness, and kind of tied in with that is taking your power back. So, what does that mean to me? What does that mean? It means that I feel like humans have this tendency to be victimized, and this tendency to place blame or fault, or if I lived here, then, or if I had this much money, or if this person hadn't done this to me, or blah, blah, blah. The list goes on and on, right? So we've all done it. I've certainly been in that place. And I have to say that things really started shifting and changing for me when I started taking my power back. So, how do you do that? You do that. My philosophy, my belief system, which may absolutely not be yours, and my intention is never to force mine upon anyone or offend anyone, but I believe that we completely co-create our realities, and that there are higher forces, if you will, in play in life. And I don't think it's this mysterious thing. I think it's us, and I think it's for concisely our higher selves. And there can be many different ways to interpret that or explain that, but basically, when you're presented with a situation, there's the human self functioning and responding and reacting, and then on this other level, there's this higher you, this you that knows, this you that has been aware. Oh, I got a text that's really distracting. Let's figure out how to turn that off next time. Okay. So there's this higher self, this part of you that might not be functioning on a conscious level, but that knows what you need. Like, you know more than anyone else what you need, right? So sometimes I call it lag. there's lag between the choices that we make, that our higher self makes, and then what we're experiencing right here, right now, in this 3-dimensional reality, right? So I've been in this situation many times where something happens in my immediate field and in this realm, and I'm like, why? And I'm angry, or I'm hurt, or I'm sad. Like, so many different emotions can come up, right? And there's this tendency to go into this victim mode of like, oh, she did this to me, he did this to me, oh, if only Mom had loved me more, but, not for me. I love you, Mom, you're amazing. But we do that, right? Because we don't want to take responsibility. And that's where taking your power comes into play. It's taking responsibility, self-responsibility, that you are creating this too, that you are choosing this too. And that's being responsible, and that's taking your power back. You're like, well, what do you mean? I don't want, this person did this. No, this person did this to me. This person did this. I didn't do that. And now I'm just responding. Well, you have a choice too in how you respond to it. So you look at twofold. One, that you already consciously, higher self-consciousness, created this scenario, whatever it is that you find yourself in, and that you also have the choice in how you're going to react to it. And sometimes there's major lag, right? Sometimes there's months, there can be years of healing that has to go on before you can fully embrace whatever it is that you've chosen to co-create for yourself. However, you can make the choice and then give yourself some space, accept, okay, I choose to forgive this person for doing this to me, because I am going to take self-responsibility, and I accept that I co-created this reality or this experience that I went through, and I know that I did that because I am inviting growth, because I chose it, right? I mean, I consciously, like in this realm, have chosen many things and then not really known what the outcome was going to be, and then it shows up and I forget. I'm like, oh yeah, I asked for it. But sometimes we don't even in this consciousness ask for it. But higher self is like, hey, come on, grow. So boom, here's this experience. Well, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? What's going on in your life right now? Do you have something, like, what are you holding on to? Do you have someone that when you think of, you get like, feelings about? What's there? How can you take your power back? How can you take responsibility for the co-creation of that? I listened to a woman speak once, and I really hope that she wouldn't mind me referencing her. Name is Marina Levit, and her story is incredible. She speaks all around the country, I think around the world, and her story is so powerful. And I don't know, for me personally, I was like, once you hear her story, and if you can believe in the power of forgiveness for her, it's like anything's possible. But taking that responsibility and be like, all right, I created this, so what am I going to do with it? So you have this choice. And you can choose it, but you don't have to 100% do it. And that's where I think a lot of people get hung up too. They're like, all right, I believe in conscious thinking. All right, I believe I co-created this. Okay, and I'm ready to forgive, but I can't. Holly, I don't feel it. Well, hey, you're human. And that's a beautiful thing. So give yourself some credit. Give yourself credit that you're choosing to live a conscious life. Give yourself credit that you're consciously trying to forgive this person for this experience, and forgive yourself, and also take responsibility and embrace it. And once you start to do that and you practice it, then slowly over time it gets easier and easier, and then you start to have more and more gratitude in your heart. That's huge. Gratitude's huge. 10 Gratefuls, Creator Course. And you start to shift. And you start to see these scenarios and these experiences and these past traumas in your life, or pains in your life, experiences that you've had, as gifts, as blessings, because you're like, wow, if that hadn't happened, then I wouldn't be here now. Then I wouldn't be who I am, and I wouldn't be in this place, and whatever the case is. And you start to see those doors opening up, and you go, oh, thank you, higher self, for making that choice, even though I wasn't ready to see it yet. Thank you for making that choice. So do it. Please do it. See it. Take your power back. Take your power back. You co-create this reality. You do. And you don't have to believe that, and if you don't, that's totally okay. But that's what I believe, and when I see it. I see it all the time in my life, and I see the power of it, and I see what's opening up in my life right now, and I'm so overwhelmed with gratitude, and I'm so excited about what is happening, and I just wish that for each and every one of you. And this is probably really, really going on for a long time now, so I'm going to stop and say that I love you very much, and be nice to yourself, be kind to yourself, be accepting and loving and forgiving of yourself, and go easy, one step at a time. Make the conscious choice to take the self-responsibility, and then love yourself day by day. Okay, right now I'm really angry and I don't feel that. Well, that's okay. And in a couple of minutes, okay, now I can feel that again. And every day it gets easier, and every day it gets stronger. And then when you're presented with those situations again, it gets easier. And you get stronger. And you take self-responsibility. You take your power back. And then what you do with that, I can't wait to see. I love you so much. And I hope that you have the most amazing, magical, wonderful, beautiful day or evening that you've had so far in your life. How about that? All right. Mwah.